Welcome to the Eye of the Tiger. Today in the Eye, we'll explore hot topics affecting Nashville and beyond. We'll travel to Green Hills and discover a new and up-and-coming bookstore. We'll have a close-up on one of Nashville's most impressive brunch restaurants. And then finally, we'll sit down and have a one-on-one with one of the most celebrated actors on Sesame Street. Stay tuned, because when you're in the Eye, you know you're in the know. Eye of the Tiger starts when? Starts now. Hello, 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 and welcome to Eye of the Tiger. Now, before we get started, you know I have to give our traditional shout-outs. First, a shout-out to Carrie Underwood for scoring 5 nominations for the CMT Music Awards. A shout-out to Steve Harvey for his film Think Like a Man, making #1 in the box office, surpassing $33 million on its opening weekend. And finally, I have got to give a shout out to TSU's forensics team for winning a total of 327 awards and closing out the year 3rd in the nation mid-sized team at the 2012 National Forensics Association Championship. You go with your bad self, TSU Forensics. Well, let's move to hot topics. Today, we have celebrated actor of stage and screen, Mr. Roscoe Orman, best known for the character of Gordon on Sesame Street. The budding and talented actress extraordinaire, Miss Ashley Bishop, a triple threat who is on her way to New York City. And Mr. Clarence Edward Ball III, Assistant Director of the award-winning forensics team here at Tennessee State University. How y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Great to be here.
Oh, thanks for being here. It's awesome. Yes, we're coming down to the end of the year here.
Yes.
And it's a wonderful thing, a wonderful thing. Congratulations to you, Clarence. Awesome job with the forensics team.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
How was Ohio the last go round?
It was cold.
It was cold?
It was cold. It was rainy, but we powered through it, and so it was really good, and the students had a really good experience. I was happy about that.
Yeah, well, I'm so glad that the team was victorious. Yes. And Ashley, you're on your way to New York?
Yes, ma'am. On my way to New York in August.
All right,
yeah.
okay.
Very
I know
excited.
Are you gonna set the town on fire?
Oh, yes, ma'am. That's my goal.
All right, you triple threat you.
You know that's my hometown. So,
Oh, really?
We'll roll out the red carpet.
Oh,
for you.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
And Mr. Orman, thank you so much for being
It's
here.
a pleasure to be here, Kimberly.
Oh.
Yes. Finally, I've been really looking forward to being on Eye of the Tiger.
Well, we're happy to have you. Okay, you guys, when you were young and living under your parents' roof, did they discipline you?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes?
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how did they discipline you?
Depends on how old I was. I don't know. I think they would participate in a little corporal punishment every once in a while, which is, hey, I'm Southern Baptist, so why not? But when I got older, they would take things away from me, like, we're taking your car, we're taking your clothes, or something like that. I was like, whoa, wait.
Oh, so they would deprive you?
Whoa, I go to high school in suburbia. I need a car. I need my clothes. So it was rough.
Well, and what about you, Ashley?
Well, I grew up Southern Baptist as well, and I'm from the South. So my parents did the same thing,
Yes.
and they would take stuff from me, my cell phone, my car, can't go to the movies, and it would work. It would make me straighten up, so I can agree with Clarence on that. Yeah.
And what about you, Roscoe?
Well, as I think back, there was a little corporal punishment early on.
Oh, you were a perfect child or something?
No, I was far from perfect. I can't even tell that lie. I was pretty mischievous, and I had little sisters, and of course, I would terrorize them every
As
chance
all
I got.
older
As all
brothers
older do. But that's our duty, right? To toughen them up for the future years.
Oh,
So
really? Is that the older brother's duty?
That's my excuse now.
That's what
Yes.
my brother did to me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so what was the punishment?
Well, Later, as I got into my preteen and teen years, it was, you know, having to, it's not really like sitting in the corner, but I couldn't go outside and you know, hang with my buddies. I had to stay in the room, which turned out to be a blessing too, because I was really into drawing, so I would spend all that time in my room doing something constructive, and so it really paid off in the long run. You know, I would draw, or I would read, or do something constructive. Yeah.
Well, parents are moving to a whole new form of discipline.
Yes.
One North Carolina father took parenting to a whole new level when he shot his daughter's laptop and posted the video on YouTube for the whole world to see. Let's take a look.
That right there is your laptop. You see it's out here on the ground. This right here is my 45. That was the first round. These are exploding hollow point rounds from, yeah, and you have to pay me back for these too, because these are about $1 a piece.
Oh my goodness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, and after that comment you made about your mom told me to be sure I put one there for her, so that one's from her. And if I got one left, I got 2 left. Now I'm out. So,
just for the record, whenever you're not grounded, whenever year that happens to be, you can have a new laptop when you buy a new laptop. And when you pay me back the $130 for the software I spent on yours yesterday. Hope you've enjoyed your little fiasco on Facebook. Hope it was worth all this. Have a good day, y'all.
Wow.
That is unbelievable.
Yes,
Yeah, I remember when I first saw that. My response was really mixed. I mean, I understand the point that he was trying to make, and it may have been effective in the long run, but I think carrying it that far where you're actually humiliating your child in front of the whole world is a little extreme.
Well, the child humiliated the parents in front of the whole world, and that's why he actually did it.
So
right.
She posted some blurb on Facebook that said that she didn't like the parenting practices of the parents, and that they were doing stuff to her, and that she wasn't feeling appreciated, and she felt like she had too many chores and all this other stuff.
Right.
And so her posting that on Facebook, he felt like that was like cyber embarrassment, and so his retaliation was cyber embarrassment. So.
Yeah, but is his posting of that just as embarrassing as what she did?
I think so. I think it's very
Probably
embarrassing.
more.
I mean, the daughter was misbehaving,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yes.
But I mean, what he did was, I mean, it's like takes 2 to tango here. You know, it's very embarrassing.
It's kind of reinforcing the thing that she did wrong in a way too, because to go to that extreme,
eye for an eye.
I think, you know, eye for an eye kind of thing, which I think he could have found a better way. For one thing, the destruction of that piece of property.
Exactly.
Right.
He could have taken that and given it to someone else who needed it.
Yes.
Right.
You know,
That's
which
true.
would have been a much more effective way of, you know, proving that point to her.
Yes. Yes.
Made her give it to someone or some charitable entity or something.
Right,
like
rather
that,
than putting bullet holes in it, when a lot of people could use a laptop, actually.
Right. I think while the ruin is still fresh, it's kind of like, oh my God, but I think that in years to come, it'll probably be something funny.
Yeah, it'll be something like
it'll
a
be
joke.
something funny. I'm sure her friends are laughing about it now, like, yeah, your parents are crazy. You said that your dad put a 45 to your laptop? That guy. Come on, like, it's probably going to be funny.
Yeah, well, he's not the only one doing it. I mean, recently there was a mother that posted a picture on Facebook of her daughter with a red circle and an X through her mouth, and was saying things like, under the caption read, I don't know how to keep my mouth shut, so I'm not allowed on Facebook or my phone. Please ask me why. My mom says I have to answer anyone who asks. So she said something on Facebook about her mother, and as a result, her mother posted that.
Wow.
So, I mean, the parenting is, you know, is getting narrower and narrower.
Yeah. I think certainly there's a paradigmatic shift, but I think that when you get to the physical aspects of it, when you post physical abuse, because that tape over the mouth thing, that's physical abuse as far as I'm concerned. I think that that's maybe taking it a little bit too far. Even though we all said we had maybe experienced a little bit of corporal punishment, it wasn't broadcast.
Right.
So, you know, that's a little bit
If you weren't
different.
there, you didn't know it
Right,
happened.
right. You know, it's like behind closed doors type of thing.
Well, from time to time, parents can embarrass their children.
Yes.
And the ultimate embarrassment occurs in the dating arena. Linda Hogan, wrestler Hulk Hogan's former wife and mother of Nick and Brooke Hogan, made headlines when the 48-year-old began dating a 19-year-old, Charlie Hill, a friend of her daughter's. Now, in 2012, they're engaged to be married. Should she feel any remorse for dating someone who is the same age as her children?
Well, I heard a similar case recently, a few months ago, about the father of a teenage daughter who was also a teacher in her school. And he, before I think she was a senior, before the year ended, he began not only dating, but became live-in partners with one of her classmates who had just turned 18, to the shock and dismay of not only his daughter, but his wife.
His wife? He was still married?
He was still married.
Oh my God!
He left his wife and got one of his daughter's classmates, and they had been having some kind of relationship, obviously.
Prior to her turning 18.
Turning 18.
Wow. Yes.
But once she turns 18, he figured, well, she's legal now, and they started living together. Now, to me, that is beyond. You know.
How embarrassing
That's a
for
lot.
the daughter.
For the daughter, the
Oh
wife,
my
everybody.
God.
Yeah, that's a lot to deal with.
So
I think with the Hulk Hogan situation, though, I think that the reason, I don't know why they initially broke up, but I think that at some news entity they had said that there might have been some infidelity on the part of the father. And I can't say that he wasn't dating younger women, so I don't know if I want to reprimand the mother for dating younger men. I mean, I think that the fact that the friend was of the daughter is a little interesting. But why can't she, you know, go get a swerve on? I don't understand what the problem is.
Well, she's a cougar.
Well, hey, you know, hey,
You know?
what repercussions do the guys have when they go out and date women that are 20, 30 years their junior? You know, I don't think that it's
traditionally it's been much more acceptable for men to do that.
right.
Yes, but now women are doing it.
And it's taboo
Yeah.
now. It's like, how dare you be with this young boy? I don't necessarily feel that way. You know, hey,
Yeah,
if
well,
you like it, I love
I'll
it.
tell you, mothers are doing it not only in dating, right, but also in the clothes that they wear. The Maury Show said it best when it pinpointed a mother wearing an inappropriate clothing. Let's take a look.
Take a look at just how outrageous Delicious is.
I am a sexy, big, juicy, beautiful woman, just like a big red apple. You cannot have just one bite of me and let me go. I love my shorts. I love my low-cut shirts. I love to show off my sexy body. It makes me look like a big, sexy plum. Men love me. I get free cards. I get money. I get gifts. I get anything I want because I am just sexy.
That is horrible. That's horrible.
Oh my God. Okay.
See, I was expecting someone who really looked like
I know.
Like she should
yeah.
have on the
something to
clothes.
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
right. Is it okay for parents to dress this provocatively, even if their children have problems with it?
I think it's inappropriate to look like a bust in a T-shirt. I think that's the main problem.
I'm with you, Clarence. I'm with you.
Oh my gosh, it is overwhelming.
It is.
Can you imagine the child's embarrassment?
Oh my goodness.
All of these instances fall under a bigger question. Is the gap between parent and child becoming more and more narrow? Think about it. We have to cut to commercial. But when we come back, we'll dive into Celebrity Corner. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere.